The leaves are finally changing. Fall is here and it is just about to burst open with color. So if you want to soak up the season from a different perspective than home in the Tennessee Valley, head up to the fun, the thrills, and the gorgeous views that you'll find in Anakeesta. Austin Martin joins us this morning. He left his hills for hours for a little while.
I did. It was a beautiful drive. You know, all the leaves are kind of changing.
Yeah.
Back at home and then all the way here. So, you know, can't argue that fall is the most beautiful here in Tennessee.
It's beautiful, and it's beautiful if you're driving in the valley and the leaves are swirling around you. It's beautiful. But when you go to Anakeesta, you're high up on the perch.
You
right?
are, and everywhere you look, all of those colors are really starting to come to life, especially in the higher peaks like Mount LeConte, which looks over Anakeesta. Absolutely beautiful this time of year.
Setting you up, but is it true that y'all had snow on Mount LeConte recently?
We did.
I saw that.
I'm not quite ready for that level of cold yet, but we're getting there.
Yeah. So you were here, I guess, with us in the spring, and it was a very exciting time for y'all because you were about to launch something. I guess it's launched and it's been successful.
It is, and so, you know, earlier this year, we were really talking about starting the process of building our brand new Stone Village, which is Bird Venture and the Hellbender Mountain Coaster. Well, now we get to talk about the very fun things. Here's one of our mountain coasters now. But we're really excited to start launching our brand new coaster pass for the Hellbender Mountain Coaster, which is now open. So you get to ride both the Rail Runner and the Hellbender Mountain Coaster for the price of one. It's $16.99.
What?
There it is. There's our brand new one. We are super excited about it. It's themed after the Hellbender Salamander, which calls the Great Smoky Mountains home. And so it really is just an adventure. And then now we move to Bird Venture here. And what you're seeing there, it really is larger than life. So there are 3 bird houses. They all have their own characteristics. So we have Harmony Blue's house. She's a bluebird. And so she is this platinum winning artist. She's now retired to the Smoky Mountains. So her house is super fabulous.
Okay.
As you walk over, we have Albert Einstein's house, and his house is a library. Of course, owls are nice and wise.
Fitting.
And so all of these houses have different elements. So we have the library, we have climbing exhibits,
and the birds.
Interactive, and the birds, of course. We have Chisel the artist. You know, his is a woodworking shop.
Okay, I'm looking at it. So there are these massive bird houses, but can people go into them, or are the bird houses just for the birds?
You can go into them. They're fully immersive. So all of those do have those climbing elements. They do have some arts and crafts kind of thing. So it's really interactive and kind of makes nature a little more fun. So you have a little bit of fun while you're learning about, you know, the Great Smoky Mountains.
So when you're on Anakeesta, and am I saying that right? You're on Anakeesta.
You are on Anakeesta Mountain.
Are you going there by day and then you come down to stay, or are there places to stay on Anakeesta?
So there are no places to stay on Anakeesta, but we have a lot of really good relationships with the cabin companies around us, and they'll refer, you know, everyone to spend their day at Anakeesta. I always say you want to come up during the day in the morning time, kind of adventure around our adventure elements, and then at night Anakeesta comes to life even more. We have great food. We have 2 restaurants on the mountain. We have Astra Lumina, which is an immersive night walk, and so it really is probably one of the coolest things you can do in the Smoky Mountains. And of course, we are getting ready to kind of revamp all of our program offerings. This year was a big year. We redid all of our entertainment, started our Stone Village expansion, and then next year we're getting ready for another expansion.
Well, if you're talking the light show or whatever, the experience, it's about to get dark even earlier. So talk about Christmas. I bet that's going to be beautiful up there.
So Christmas time in Gatlinburg, you know, it's magical anyway. Anakeesta, we do a really great job, and our entertainment team, I wish I was that talented, but there are millions of lights that are already going up around our park. They'll start coming on, you know, in the first weeks of November. And then we have our hot chocolate experience. And so that's really a hot chocolate trail as you travel through the park, because it is a little cooler in the mountains. So you enjoy those hot beverages. We have Santa's Tree Farm, and so you'll be able to go through and kind of experience the different kinds of trees you can get there in the Smoky Mountains. And everything at Anakeesta, not only is it for the whole family, but we try to make it a little bit educational too. So you really learn how to experience the national park without actually going into the Great Smoky Mountains.
But if you choose to, because so often people come your way and they stay for a while, now when they go over to Cades Cove or whatever, they know what they're seeing.
They have a little bit of knowledge about the park itself and about everything you're going to find in the mountains.
Okay, I'm really curious about these roller coasters.
Okay.
Because I've hit that certain age where what I think is fun and then what I find out is fun might be very different things, but to look at it, it looks thrilling. So there are 2, right?
There
Hellbender.
are. And so as I get older, I'm starting to realize that I am not the thrill seeker I once
Yeah.
was. So the Rail Runner Mountain Coaster, it is the only single rail coaster in the eastern United States.
Is that one?
And that is the yellow one you see there in the video. And what that one is, that is more of your thrilling coaster. You're gonna, whip around different curves. It is
You feel like you're flying down that mountain.
And that goes kind of the physics of it. That single rail really is a less controlled. You do control, you can stop, slow down however you need to, but that one just gives you more of that thrill to it. The cool thing about our Hellbender Mountain Coaster is that it is a double rail, and so it's a little more controlled. It also, where it is a double rail, it can hold more weight, and so that's something we're very excited for with this. It'll hold 375 pounds, which means you can ride tandem. So couples can ride together, families can ride together, and it just gives you more of that togetherness.
Okay, so if I heard you correctly, the pricing right now anyway, for both of them is $17.
Yep.
Okay, then do you pay, like if you just come to Anakeesta, is there an entrance that you pay?
There is. So it is $37.99.
Okay.
Down at our ticket booth, you ride that. That gets you all into Anakeesta.
Sure.
And then if you would like to purchase that Coaster Pass or Astra Lumina, those are separate experiences because not everybody's coming up there for that.
Sure, it's just kind of a la carte from there.
Yes.
I love it. Your hours are?
So they vary during the week and on the weekend. Right now it is 9 to 9 during the week and then 9 to 10 on the weekends.
Does that include Friday?
It does.
Okay,
yes.
so Friday, Saturday, Sunday until 10.
Yes, ma'am.
Monday through Thursday until 9. And you can buy your tickets ahead of time online?
You sure can. That's how we prefer it. That way we can prepare for your visit. It's
Okay.
Anakeesta.com.
How fun. And when does your holiday part start?
So November 9th.
November 9th.
November 9th.
Never too early for a little bit of Christmas. So here's where you can go, Anakeesta.com. That's just fun to say. Anakeesta, Anakeesta. 865-325-2400 is their phone number on the Parkway, right there in Gatlinburg. You have a pretty cool job.
I do. I can't complain too much.
Lucky guy.